What's up, guys? This is Jeremy from High Desert RC Crawlers. Today on the bench we're going to be working on the CR19P Juiced Up Edition. Today we're going to be getting rid of these lovely little body clamps, or little body clips. Get rid of those. Go away. We're going to be installing some Injora body mounts. I already kind of got one put together. We're going to go ahead and get these installed in the car. Basically what comes in the package is you'll get a package like this, and you'll get inside of that package you'll get the mount itself. You'll get 4 magnets. You'll screw them into the base. Make sure you use the concave side up and screw them into the base, and then you'll have your magnets for your body, and you get a bunch of tiny screws as well to do the body mounting, or the mount to the frame, I should say. I already got one of these mocked up, so we're going to go ahead and we'll get them installed. I'm going to pause this video every once in a while and kind of skip ahead, get a couple things done before I go and do this. And yeah. So stay tuned. We'll get one of these mounted up, and then I'll show you and mount up the other one. That way I save some time on video. So I'll get one done, and then I'll actually do one on video, so you can see that. Also, while we're at it, we're going to be doing some more stuff to the lovely Juiced Up Edition. We got some 1.3 brass wheels we're going to put on. Not sure, but we got the brass rings as well. Not sure if I'm going to do those. I'm going to do some weighing and see how they all come out. And then I got the Injora 72 millimeter 1.3s and the pins, the XHX. Sorry, guys. Comp pins, so we're going to put those on and get this thing a little bit more weight. But yeah, we'll get the magnetic mounts done first, and then we'll move on to the other stuff. So be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. We got that front one on. Now that I know what I'm doing, let's save some time doing the second one. So we'll just basically open up the package. You get the mount itself. You get a bag with 4 magnets and a bunch of screws, and you get this lovely little double-sided sticky tape pad. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and epoxy the magnets onto the body. And I'll show you how I mark that so I know where they're going to get mounted to. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff opened. Really? Seems like every time I'm on camera I can't get a bag open. I don't know what it is. Get this stuff laid out. Okay, and get all the screws off, the magnets. These things do stick, so you're going to get 2 magnets that have this little concave into it. You're going to use those on your mount, so you're going to put 1 in each side. And be careful not to have the magnet slip over to the other side. It likes doing that until you get it screwed down. Set that aside so you guys can see what I'm doing. want the concave facing up. And then they're going to give you 2 screws that have a flat head. I don't know if you can see that or not. They got a flat head to them. And you're going to take a little tiny washer they give you. Put that, run that through there. And make sure you hold on to everything when you go to put it in, because the magnet's going to want to take everything. And then screw it in while the other magnet jumps over to the other side. Of course, use the right size bit too. There's 2 different sizes on these. These ones are a 1.5. Just go ahead and tighten it down. And find the other flat-headed one. Another washer. Go ahead and get those snugged up. There you go. So now that that's done, we'll slide that off to the side. Get those flat magnets over there. Get that out of the way. What that was doing there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove these plastic mounts. I was trying to find a way to utilize them to get a little height, but there really isn't much there, so you got to just take them out. There's 2 screws right on the side, on each side, so you just take those out. Just basically screw through the chassis and into the mount. We'll put them aside. So we're going to go ahead and put everything back together and put it in the spare parts. Side. I'll take this one off. All right. Now basically we got the mount out. And now we can go ahead and put the new one in. So the way I did it is that you got these 2 holes. These don't line up perfectly because this mount's basically for an SCX24, but it will work on this chassis. So basically, if you want to get as much front or back is kind of where you're going to line up your holes. I use the bottom set of holes, and then I did one on opposite each side, and then you're going to use those other little screws that are a 0.50. So basically you want to have these back as far as you can, so I'm going to use the front hole on the very bottom, or the back hole on the very bottom. Go ahead and screw that in, get it started, and we'll flip to the other side. And then we did that one, so we'll use the front hole up here. Oops. It's kind of a pain in the butt to see everything, but we'll get it started. I don't think that's the right one. Oh, that is. We're good. Alright. So go ahead and tighten them up. And be very careful, guys. The front one, I don't know if it was the screw or the hole, but something wasn't liking it, and I ended up breaking the screw off in the mount. So just kind of be gentle with it. These are little tiny screws, so get that snugged up. We'll go jump to the other side. We'll get that one snugged up. See, look at that's it crooked. I did something wrong. Do it that way. That's not gonna work either. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna swap that up. We're gonna actually move that forward. So we'll use the back holes. So I just noticed that too. These ones are a little bit different. Yep. Okay. So the holes in the back are a little off, a little more off than the front. I'll show you that when I get this one put in place here. I think if I do this like this, we're slightly off, but that'll work. Not perfectly straight, but then again, it is a magnetic body mount, so you can mount the magnets to the body, to your Lexan body, any position you need to. Let's see, that one sits straight. This one's a little bit crooked. I think the holes in the back are a little bit off. So we'll go ahead and we'll get these snugged up. Again, be kind of gentle with them. And I did opposite corners because these, again, don't line up. That's interesting. But so what I did on the front is opposite sides in the rails, and then I put one on each top, and that kind of locks it into place. It doesn't allow it to go up or down. Keep that mount in place. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to stick a screw in this hole here. And kind of pinch it right up against the body, or the frame rail. Kind of pinches it in place and gives it a little bit less wiggle. And this one's a little different, a little off. Yeah. Just stick it in there, and this should kind of hold everything in place so it doesn't allow it to rock back and forth. You can actually line that one right up with the frame rail. So hopefully this will help save you guys some time when you go to put these on. Just go back and watch this, and I do all the work for you, figuring it out. That's why I kind of did the front one first, and then that'll work. Alright, I mean, unless you want to drill holes in your frame rail, that's up to you, but I don't feel like doing that, so that'll work. So now we're just going to put the magnets on. And then what I did is I took a paint marker, just kind of put a little dot on them. And you can take the body, slide that on where you want it, or where it fits, and just give a little squeeze, and try and lift it up as straight as you can. And then you got two little marks kind of right where your magnets are going to be. So you can just take a Sharpie and kind of mark it out in the center where you want your magnets. And I'm going to mix up a 2-part epoxy, and we'll get the magnets put on this, and we'll let it sit overnight. As you can see, I did the front two, and then we'll get it all cleaned up, and yeah, check those out. With that too, you'll know which side needs to be glued to the body with the paint being left on them, because these magnets, obviously, they won't work if they're flipped the wrong way. So with that on there, now you know that the paint side will go towards the body. And good to go. So we'll go ahead and pause this. So yeah, there's your magnetic mounts. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll take a look at them, try and help you out if you have any other questions. I'll leave a link to the description for these. They are Injoras, and I'll leave the same thing with the brass rings, the rims, and the tires, all in the description. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and get the epoxy mixed up, and we'll get started on the wheels. Alright guys, welcome back to the bench. We're going to mount up these wheels and tires, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a weight comparison. So basically, the new wheels and tires will weigh out at about 58 grams each, versus the stock is at 33.44. You guys can see that. So your stock is at 33, and then the new tires and wheels will weigh out at about almost 58 grams. So interesting thing is that I took out one of the brass rings, not knowing that, you know, what was inside these wheels. So these 1.3 brass rings. So when I took them apart and weighed them out, here's the one off the wheel and tire. Here's the brass ring that I bought from Injora. And yeah, actually the stock one weighs just a tad bit more. They're about the same weight. Right around 27 to 28 grams a piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the stock ones in there, and we'll save these for a rainy day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get 3 of these wheels and tires mounted up, and then we'll come back and we'll mount up the 4th one live so you guys can kind of see that, and then we'll do a weight comparison. I already have the car weighed out in stock form. So yeah, we'll get all these tires mounted up and then get them on the car, and we'll do a comparison from before and after on weight and go from there. So be right back. Alright guys, welcome back to the bench. We got the 3 out of the 4 tires all mounted up. Really easy once you figure out how to put these together. So basically on the back side there's going to be 4 screws. You're going to take out the 2 that are on the actual rim, and I'll show you this as soon as I get them apart. Oops. So then the front comes out with the hub already assembled to it. Now on the back side you got your, obviously, your brass ring. And then in here, if you can see, there's cutouts. 4 cutouts in the rims, and there's actually 4 bolts. Those cutouts, I guess these are for smaller screws, and I figured that out by putting them together. I'm going to go to line them up. You basically just line up those 2 screws and I'll line up the other 4 holes to mount, and then you can put your other 2 smaller screws on the other side, and that'll take care of that. And then you do your other 4 small screws in the front for the rest of the hub. So yeah, if you buy these rims, like I said, link will be in the description. Just be a note that these 4 cutouts in the rims are actually for smaller screws versus the longer ones. And I'll show you the longer ones versus the short ones here in a second. So we're going to go ahead and put our insert in, or our ring in. I am using the stock foams that came with these for now. I'm going to see how they run. If not, might switch them out to the Injora inserts. Probably like the yellow seem to work well around here. So I'll make sure everything's kind of centered up in there. These tires are super sticky. I mean, that's with a rim on it, and you can pick it up. You can almost pick up all 4. You stick them good enough. These things are sticky. Can't wait to try these on the rocks out here. Some reason the rocks out here are super slick. So we get those in there. So now we're just going to insert our front. These aren't directional, so you can just put these in any way you can. If they were directional, then you make sure you have the direction facing the way that you need it. I'm going to put those in, get it seated, and you just flip it around. Like I said, you just line up, take those screws and line, or those cutouts, and line them up with the 2 small screws that are already in there. Let's see, make sure I'm doing this on camera for you guys. There we go. And you take one of your screws that came out and go ahead and give it a good press. So you feel it grab. And then I always do it like a normal car, like a star pattern. So I'll put that one in, then I'll go directly across from that one. And there you go. Now you can just take them. And like I said, there's 2 different size screws. Let's see if I can put one on so you guys can kind of see the comparison in the screw length. So there's your shorter one there and your longer one there. So the longer ones will go for your mounting the actual bead lock, and then the short ones will go for the finishing up the hub, and the other two on the back side that are in those cutouts. So we'll get the rest of these in and run them down so they're snug, not tight. You do everything by hand. I've made the mistake where I've done that and over tightened them by accident, and yeah, broke this little screw off in the wheel, and put the smaller ones in the grooves. I'm venturing to guess that these smaller ones are just to hold the rest of the rim together, the front side of the rim. I don't know why they would not do it in manufacturing, but I guess save money or have you do it yourself so you feel like you really built them. Same with these in the front. These things only hold on to hubs, so I don't know why they would not put all in. I find it sometimes weird that they don't do that, but okay. Now I did notice this, and I was thinking about it last night while I was lying in bed. You know, the next day here, I let the epoxy set on the magnets for the magnet mount, and thinking to myself, you know what? The way this stock setup is for this is that it only has brass rings in the front and nothing in the rear to give you more front weight bias. I mean, these will have, now that these are actually, I got them all, brass rings all the way around, it's going to be kind of hard not to have a little bit more extra weight in the back now, but it should balance itself out with having the brass hubs in the front. So we should still be at like a 57-43 split, I think it was. I have it written down. We'll weigh it out once we get everything back on. Go to the back side, we'll tighten these ones down real quick. And then we'll pause the video as I get them mounted on the car. And then we'll show you the final product here. So let's get these last couple of screws tightened. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Now we'll just go all the way around, make sure everything's snugged up. It's amazing what a few turns will do on these things and loosen other ones up. That's why I always go, like I said, do the star pattern, then I go around and hit them all in a circular pattern, make sure everything's tight, snug. See, look at that, just a couple of turns and loosens them all up. So there you go. There's a fully mounted tire. I did get these, they call it yellow, but it's more like a gold. I wanted to kind of stick with the theme of yellow. I do kind of like how the way that pops. So, but I did get these, I call them an oil spill finish, but they call them rainbow. It's really got that kind of oil spill look to it, like oil and water mix. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, we'll pause the video, we'll get these mounted up, and then we'll do our wrap up, and we'll get her out on the trail and see how it handles with these new tires. Unfortunately, won't be today with the run. We've had some really nice weather here up in northern Nevada. Some nice weeks where it's almost 60-70 degrees, and now today it is actually snowing outside. So yeah, they say don't do anything until at least Memorial Day around here, and that's very true. You could snow right up until Memorial Day. So yeah, we'll as soon as we get some clear weather and the course dries out a little bit, we'll get it out and we'll do some running. we'll put that footage on here as well. So we'll pause it up, we'll get these mounted up, and we'll do a little wrap up. You guys, I just had to pop on here and kind of show you this, how crazy this is. This lighting really doesn't do these wheels some justice, but I just wanted to kind of give you a look at the difference in size and how it makes the car just completely different. If you look at the rear, you can see how much taller and a little bit fatter they are. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on and show you that. We'll get the other ones put on and come back and do a quick wrap up. So yeah, just wanted you to take a look at that and see how it looked. And yeah, we'll get the rest of them mounted up. Alright guys, welcome back. We got all 4 wheels and tires mounted up. Magnetic body mount. Check it out. Look at that, super easy. No more friggin' pins. Locked in place pretty good. Everything mounted up. The epoxy worked. I'll put it in the description what I use for the epoxy to get those mounted up. These Injora XHX pins look awesome on this thing. Wheels and tires look great too. Like I said, the lighting doesn't do any good. We're gonna put it on the scale and get a weight. That way you guys can see what the weights are versus what we have as a stock car. So as you can see, we're still about a 56-44 split now. We were at a 57-43. Left to right, we were 51-49. Now we look like a 50-50. And total weight 594.4, where we were at 481.2 for a total weight. So yeah, that brought that up quite a bit. Yeah, over 100 grams. So 56-44 split. So we'll have to work on getting a little bit more on the front to get to that magic 60-40. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see the weights and how the car looked with everything done. So yeah, I think it looks great. We can get this thing out on the course, see how it does, see how these little grippy tires work. These little pins, supposedly they're supposed to be really, really good. So we're gonna give them a try. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys use for gluing your magnets down if you do magnet mounts to your cars. I'm always interested in knowing what's going on. Another good thing too, guys, this is all of the extra screws that came with that wheel set. So you got plenty of extras in case something happens. Stock tires, I'm not sure what I want to do with these yet. What do you guys think? I got a project coming up for the Unimog. I do have the stock Ascent 18 wheels on there right now. I kind of put them on there last night and was like, I kind of like that, but here's what the stock tires with these would look. What do you guys think? Little project I got coming up. We'll see if this yellow matches with what I want to do. So, but yeah, gotta stay tuned for this little project. I got a motor swap I got to put in there, and yeah, might test out some wheels and tires on there as well. Stockies aren't all that great, so kind of small for the body, I think. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. So yeah, we'll get some run footage in as soon as the sun gets back out and the course dries out. But yeah, here it is, guys. Let me know what you think. You know, thanks for watching. As always, you know, please like, subscribe, comment. Like to hear comments. Like to, you know, have any questions on what's going on with the car. You can watch my video on the servo and steering install. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crawling. Alright, guys. We got a break in the weather, so we get the car out. See how it does with these new wheels and tires on it. So, first thing we'll hit is Gatekeeper. bad. Yes, those wheels and tires look nice on that. Alright, we're gonna go up Rachel's Revenge. See how it does with these little grippy tires on it. Wow, that was a difficult right there to get up, and yet it did it pretty easy. These tires being a little taller than stock are definitely helping with getting over some of these sharp edges. Wow, no issues at all. Take it over known pass. Guys, get a look at those wheels and tires in the sun. Do a nice quick run. These are brand new, not even worn in yet. That slow crawl, that brushless that hobby wing is very nice. Take it up dip destroyer. No problem. Alright. Go up the Dunlop waterfall. And we'll take it up Gatekeeper one more time with some dirty tires. Not a problem. Take it down the S-turns. We'll just make it short work of the S-turns. We'll just climb over the tires. Alright, let's try over the star. No problem. Alright. No Gatekeeper. As soon as those little knobs grab, pulls it right up. Alright, nice. Alright guys, I'll just do a little quick run, see how it does with these new tires, and pretty impressed. Let me know what you guys think. What have you guys done to your juiced ups? I don't plan on going too wild with this thing, but you never know. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment. And as I always like to say on the channel, keep crawling. Thanks guys, thanks for watching till the end. Appreciate it. Yeah.